All right. So today's gonna be it's gonna be a bit different today. Um, Instead of doing any like flights today, I've realized we definitely need some landing practice, and so what I've decided to do today is landing practice. I have just finished reinstalling FSI panel, and yeah, we'll be using FSI panel to land some planes, and we will be landing. We'll be starting off with let's start off with the A350. That's the one we need the most practice with. I guess we can we can spawn in at Heathrow. I guess. Start off at Heathrow. Just landing some planes. Nothing special today. We'll only do this for like an hour and a half or something, and then we'll call it. So, a bit of a short stream today, but I'm a little tired. I'm a little peckish right now. And today was a busy day at work. So, yeah, that's the plan. That is the plan for today. Just landing some planes. Nothing special. We know how to use all of them. We know how to use the 350, the triple, both triples. Yeah, we know how to use all the planes. So we'll just land them today. We're just gonna land them today. Trying to be go lay down, go lay down, go lay down. So. Anyway, that's the plan. Alright. Just waiting for this to do its thing. Spawn at Heathrow. We'll start off with the A350 at Heathrow. Let me go and get FSI panel up. That scene will work. Lovely A350. 1000, of course. Yeah, of course. It'll take us a minute to get the plane up and running. Let me go ahead and quickly remove those and remove the pitot tubes. No tow. Interesting. Alright. Heathrow. The winds are 260 degrees, 13 knots. And start off with the 27 left. And we'll start off on a long final. But first off, let's go ahead and get the plane running first. Yeah, that did a very, very good job. And then let's add a little bit of fuel.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard. We are delighted to have you with us today. Please take a moment to stow your carry-on items in the overhead compartments or under the seat in front of you. For your safety, larger items should be placed in the overhead bin, and smaller items must be securely stored. If you need assistance, our cabin crew is here to help. We'll be pushing back from the gate shortly, so we kindly ask that you take your seat as soon as possible and clear the aisles.
Alright. Door 1 not closed. Ground ops. Where is it? Can you tackle the jetway? Come on, jetway, go away. Go away, jetway. Okay. And this is interesting. Alright, close. Do I have... Which one do I have? Side panel, standard edition. Move aircraft. Is A350 not compatible? It is not. Ouch. Really? Damn, the A350 is not compatible. Ouch, that sucks. The A310's compatible. The A300's compatible. The A320s are compatible. The A330's compatible. Not the A350. That sucks. Okay, then there'll be no landing practice then in the A350. Damn, that's the plane that we need the most landing practice in. Ouch. In that case, I guess I'll go with the triple. Guess we can go with the triple then. We can start off with the dash 200. Start off with the dash 200. Even though, let's be honest, we knew how to land this thing. That sucks. A350 is not compatible. PMDG. Default auto brake to flaps 30 landing. We can probably land with flaps 20. Slightly higher approach speed. That sucks. No A350 compatibility with FSI panel. Damn, I could have sworn I've used it with FSI panel before as well. No, that's fine. We'll start off with the triple then. Start off with the triple at Heathrow. That's really, really annoying when the sim decides to load. So, start off at Heathrow, move our way up to, I don't know, maybe we'll move. Hey Seb. Unfortunately, there will be no landing practice in the A350 today because apparently it's not compatible with FSI panel, which is what we're using. So. All right, this thing gonna load. I mean, I know I updated it recently, but still, it shouldn't be taking this long. So, no, you're good. We'll be here for like an hour. We'll be doing this for like an hour. So, I just assume you're probably busy with 24 hours of bat sim. So, and we're not on bat sim because I'm not participating in that, and don't want to deal with the chaos right now. Enough chaos at work, so. Enough chaos at work right now. fly. Alright, there should be a way to load this. Hang on. That's compatible in... Hang on one second. This is interesting. Advanced Edition set. Let me just try something real quickly. Let's see here. PMDG setup. Load. Approach. This might be... I may need to upgrade my FSI panel here. Give it a second. Shut up. Give it a second. Oh dude, it's annoying. We might. Hang on, we're gonna try something real quickly. We're gonna try something real quickly. I think I may need to upgrade my FSI panel here. It's gonna be annoying. What the hell? That sucks. Okay, we have to... The A350. Phoenix is not compatible. Yeah, we have to... Inbuilt A300. Is A350 even compatible? Seven. Okay, let's see here. Good. Open up. Okay, license information. All right. $20. It's at least not horrendous. Give me 1 second, everyone. Give me 1 second. I think my wallet's upstairs. Do I not have Google Pay? Do they not have Google Pay? Annoying. Very annoying. Hang on one second, everyone. I'll be right back. Alright, I'm back. Sorry about that. That's very, very annoying, and I feel like they should have. I feel like they should not be able to do that, but. Alright. Let me just finish setting this up. I guess what this does mean, though, is we can do more. I guess this does mean that we can do a bit more now. Do some failures. Okay. And we have to restart the sim. That's annoying. It's very, very annoying right there. You have to restart the sim now. $20 not very well spent for an app we don't use that often. I mean, I guess theoretically they could have done IFR circuits, but that's no point, or that's no fun though. That's no fun if we have to do IFR circuits. So I kind of feel like they should have been a little bit more honest with me, because that's annoying. And the interesting thing is that I've had to. The really annoying thing with the FSI panel is that yeah, it said it. The triples have worked in the past with it, so wonder if it was a 2020 thing. So anyway, we own the advanced version now, so we should be fine. So, unfortunately, I still don't think we can use the A350. I still don't think it's any builds Unix. Any builds, yeah. I still don't think we can do it. Guess maybe we'll do this for a bit and then we'll try to learn how to use the A300, because the A300 is an aircraft I'd love to use a bit more. Despite it being so old, I'd love to use the A300 a bit more. For those who don't know, the Concorde is considered to be the first the first Airbus. Even though it wasn't known as Airbus at the time. But the first true Airbus. Yeah. What am I even saying now? The Concorde was the first, was like the basis of Airbus. It's the basis that Airbus was founded upon, and it's why you'll see, especially on like the Lego one, that Concorde was you'll see the Airbus logo on Concorde, right? And you'll see Airbus mentioned a lot with Concorde. But the Concorde was not the first Airbus. The 777, or sorry, the a300 gets that title. So Embraer, my word. So, yeah. Shift Charlie again. Alright. Give it a second. Just press and hold down the menu button. PMZG setup. Oh, sorry. ZFS actions. First off, fuel, short range. PMZG setup, load. For takeoff, I want to say. Load for runway. Execute that. We'll give it a second. Alright. Let's try this again now. Scene 2. Position. Heathrow. Runway 27 left. Long final. The reason we did long final is because otherwise it won't work correctly. Flaps 30. Long final. Set minimum landing weight. Go ahead and give it a second. Preparing your aircraft standby. Preparing the approach. Y'all can't see that. That's fine. I'll go ahead and put this over here for y'all. Just some good old landing practice. Make sure landing lights are on. Make sure everything is. Sure, we release the parking brake. That was 30. Night approach into Heathrow. I like it. We don't actually need landing practice in the triple. We don't actually need it in the triple. fine.
500.
Shut up, you're fine. Yeah. And this is the reason why that is doing a bit of a better job now than it was last time. Our aircraft is ready. 3, 2, 1. In for the approach. Make sure it does its thing. Make sure it fully establishes itself on the ILS localizer. Then passing, I guess 700 feet will take this over. Got a bit of wind. Reduced to final approach speed now. 141. Actually, no, it should be a little higher than that. 144, because we should have this number plus 5. That number plus 5. We'll go ahead and take this over, passing, I guess, 400. Got a bit of a windy landing in Heathrow at 270 degrees, 13 knots. So a bit of a definite headwind. It's a definite headwind. A 5-mile final now. Passing is the bar set. 277. Up UNH 1010. Did not set that. .277 on the borough. All right. Short final now. Take this over in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. My controls. Feeling a little on the high side. Corrected.
1,000.
A little on the low side now. Correct that now. Careful, I'll just save up there. That's about where I want it. Turn a little. Be careful not to overdo it. It's fine. Maybe a little on the low. Or not looking very. Not established the localizer at all. A little on the high side, that's fine. Correct for that now.
500.
Noted. Okay, we're fine. Shut up.
300.
Pass Myrtle Avenue. Not on the high side still.
Approaching minimums.
Continue approach.
200. Minimums.
Continue. Visual.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Definitely floated it. Landing distance, not great. 244 feet per minute. With a pretty good flare. not bad. Not bad. I mean, distance could be better. Why is it that we always, whenever we're landing in Heathrow, we get that? Yeah, could have been better. Could have been better. That could have been better. Definitely floated it, but when you have these conditions, it's kind of hard not to. The distance is not great though. Our speed though is pretty good. Long landing, unsafe landing. Bang goes perfect. Okay, yeah. And the glide slope, we were pretty much on it. We were pretty much on the glide slope and on the localizer. I mean, we got a little off, but we corrected it. So, distance from center line. Oh, we were a little off. Ouch. Okay. Though I do have to ask the question though. So the pappies for Heathrow, with the new boats especially, are not great. So, right, let's try that again. Long final, no. Oh, short final. Go long final. Let's try this again. Try to do a little bit better. Try to do a bit better than what we did. So, yeah, we were a little off. I'm not gonna lie about that. Just make sure that approach mode is on. It did fail at that, unfortunately. Two, three. It's fine. We do have a direct headwind, so this is why we do it, though. I think that landing could have been better. Could have been, should have been. It's fine. RO is still set as appropriately. Just doing a little landing practice. FSI panel. So, yeah, we definitely floated that last one. That last one should have been go around. Here's something interesting. We do have access to failures now. You have access to failures now. Ooh, that's interesting. Maybe do an engine failure, maybe. What if we were to, oh yeah, finally figured out how to get this stupid thing off. What if we were to, do an engine failure? What if we were to repeat Speedbird 38? Completely possible, by the way. Completely possible. We're on the correct runway. Don't want to say it's the right time, but we're on the correct runway in the correct aircraft, the correct situation. If we were to do that, maybe 1600 now. Take it over at 700 at around 700. That's what I usually do, because if I take it, I find that if I take it over too far out, then the approach won't be stable. Rather, if I do it at like 600 feet, it gives me enough time to get control of the aircraft, but at the same time, I don't do that. We still stay fully established for a bit. So, right. Let's begin. Let's see this. Passing 1,000. You know what if I were to do this with the side stick? And clear up some space. 5, 4, 3. I'm passing 800, so we'll do it. 5, 4, 4, 3, 2, 1. My controls. It's doing a good job though. Just making minor adjustments. Okay, we are beginning to get a little off. Okay. Release the pressure. Force the nose down a little. It's fine. With a little bit of a stuttering landing. Yeah, but we are a little off now. We might want to get auto FPS running, maybe? See if the frames are a little bit better. Not a stable approach at all. Continue.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
177 feet per minute. Bank it touchdown. Pretty good. 2.9. Not bad. Now, we are going to get auto FPS running because something is broken. Just within limits. Nice landing. Bank it touchdown. Perfect. Speed it. Touchdown 137. Pitch touchdown. Pretty damn good. Pretty damn good. We were a little on the high side crossing threshold, though. Crossing the threshold, we were a little on the high side. Okay, but our localizer remained pretty damn perfect. Some glide slope deviation. Yeah. The interesting thing though is that it's weird for Heathrow because so what happens with Heathrow is, and this becomes really apparent when using FSI panel, the plane gets its data from Novgraph, but the PAPIs are linked to the sim. Right, and so there's a pretty significant variation with Heathrow. So for Heathrow, I don't usually pay attention to the PAPIs that much, just because they're off. They're always off. So threshold crossing height. Yeah, let's try that with the stick this time. Or we can do it with the stick. Let's try that with the stick this time. Joystick landing. Let's try it with the joystick. I have control now. Yeah, we'll try it with the joystick. Or with the side stick this time. Then maybe beyond that, we'll go ahead and try it with the. Then maybe we'll try this at Baltimore. At Baltimore, maybe we'll try it in some daylight. Okay. Does have a bit of a crab angle going on here. Actually, not too much of a crab angle. Then I guess maybe what we'll do is we'll try this at Baltimore maybe, and then maybe we haven't been to Toronto. Maybe we'll try it to Gal maybe. Dip a headwind condition though. Let's try to get a. Oh, let's do it with the yoke one more time, and then we'll do it properly. Yeah, we'll do it with the yoke one more time. Alright. I do miss the. Well, maybe we'll do this, and then maybe we'll finally explore the a300. The a300 is an aircraft that we tried to use once, but kind of gave up on it because it was so complicated. I'd love to try it again, though. I'd love to try to use the a300 again. Passing 600, we'll go ahead and take this over. Yeah. The trick here is keep the nose down, you bigot. Keep the nose down, you bigot. I mean, we all want a butter smooth landing, but we don't want a floater. And that second attempt was, or I guess maybe it was our third attempt, was very, very close to a floater. Five, 4, 3, 2, 1. My controls. Choppy as well.
500. 400.
Let's back up the bigot. Keep that nose down. No flaring this early.
300. Approaching minimums. 200.
Continue.
Minimums.
Continue. Alright, and there we go. That's a perfect example.
100. 50. 30. 20. 10.
Perfect. That one was perfect. That was perfect. Just sit 260 feet per minute. Okay, that could be better, but overall, I'm not upset about that. Okay. Threshold crossing height 49 feet. We aim for 50 on a 3-degree glide slope. Aim for 50 over the threshold. What was our landing, bank touchdown, perfect. Speed. Okay, and then what about our on center line? Deviation from center line on center line. Nice. Nice. Very good. Very, very happy with that. Very, very happy with that. Alright, what are two next? I can imagine that Paris will probably have something similar. So, where is it? BG. Charles de Gaulle, 250 degrees, 14 knots. Runway. 26 right. Oh, actually, my length. Yeah, I'll take 26 right. Long final. Go off to Paris. Though we might want to do a tailwind landing in a bit. Might be worth attempting a tailwind landing at Heathrow. Landing with a tailwind might be something interesting you gotta do. And the sim is frozen. Screw the borrow. Not gonna bother with trying to look it up every single time. Make sure approach is on, so it's 26 right, which means it is this middle runway right here. 26 right. Two six right for Paris. And we'll go off to maybe Hong Kong or something. I don't know. Try to nail triple landing at Paris. The triple is actually a really easy plane to land in. Or maybe we'll do this and explore the actually, yeah. Yeah, we'll explore the A300 in a moment. The old A300. Very, very, very old aircraft. With that said, though, it isn't. It is one of the few Airbus planes with a yoke. So at least this yoke is gonna be paying dividends today. This wonderful, wonderful yoke is gonna be paying dividends today, and I'm quite happy about that. It's time for this yoke to pay some dividends. We don't use it nearly as often as I wish we did, but that's because we mainly fly Airbus now, and yeah. We're thinking about maybe buying the wind wing thing as well. Take this over at 700. I was thinking about maybe giving the wind wing joystick a go as well. I'll have to buy that off Amazon, but I was considering that potentially be an option. So try out the wind wing, but I might just add that to my order and go full wind wing aside from the yoke. I don't know. I'm waiting for the wind wing to release a yoke though. that'll be a significant review. Wait for wind wing to release a yoke. What if we were to go all wind wing? Alright. Take this over by hand a moment. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. And right here, this is another one of those airports where it's getting the nav data. I'm barely doing anything right now. That's it. Okay, we are getting a little low.
400.
It's just corrective with the yoke right now.
300.
It's only corrective. That's the one to get a little on the low.
200. 100.
Going very, very fast for this approach.
50.
Perfect.
Approaching minimum. 30. 20. 10.
Ouch. 362 feet per minute. Could have been better. Could have been a lot better. Yeah, we'll take a look at that full landing report. You know what? The reversers have this thing come to a stop. All right, let's take a look at this. Yeah, I was about to say that. That was an unsafe landing. Deviation from center line. Yeah, a bit of a deviation. Distance just within limits. Touchdown was 362 feet per minute. Bank was that we had a bank touchdown. Not great. Pitch touchdown 1.7 degrees up. Maybe we should do that again. No, let's screw it. Let's get to Baltimore. Let's get over to Baltimore. I want to explore the a300. I'd explore the a300. That's what I want to do. I should have it installed. At least I think I have it installed. I've been begging to add an extra aircraft to this. I've been begging to add an extra long haul for our Baltimore Heathrows. Right, let's get over to Baltimore. Let's figure out how to use this thing. Let's figure out how to use this thing. I wouldn't be surprised if it takes a minute. Yeah, it might take a minute, but that's fine. Might take a minute. Has, just out of curiosity, has PMDG released any update on the 737? On the steam engine? No, they haven't. So, the interesting thing is that I did actually, back when we were flying that thing like once a week, or like once a month, back earlier this year, the interesting thing is that it wasn't actually that bad to fly. It wasn't that bad to fly. It's just that I could never figure out how to do it right. I could never figure out how to do it right. Right, and overall, BA just doesn't fly 737s. I mean, they did for a brief period of time, and that's like kind of the basis of the British Airways 737. But it was not really BA that did it. It was just BA branded in South Africa. Good old British imperialism. Right. Oh, first off, okay, let's take a look at this modeling first. Do we need to do it? Do we need to do it via the thing inside? Okay, I forgot how old this thing looked. Let's see here. Ground. Remove covers. Okay. Yeah, I feel like we could learn this thing. I absolutely feel like we could learn how to fly this thing. To be crystal clear, I absolutely feel like we could learn how to fly this thing. Okay. Have external power. Okay. What next? What next? Batteries. On all 3 batteries. SoCal still a thing. Trigger and speed brake. Let me just make sure you do that real quick. Let's see here. Throttles. Set toga position. Set idle position. That's right. Reversers on axis. Set toga. Set idle. Set idle reverse. Okay. Idle. Yeah, so you just get to we just get to go through the detents. Okay. First, this is the first Airbus aircraft. Right, can we get some Adirus on? Right, where are the Adirus? Well, first off, we should have a radio panel somewhere. And this is up there for some reason. Where is it? Does it work with my radio panel? That is a good question. Okay, well, where's the radio at? I don't know. Like, is there like a shift 3 maybe? 4, shift 1. Dear, shift 1 maybe? 2, 3. There we go. Okay. Let's figure out how to start this thing up. Or do a VFR circuit around Baltimore. Or no, we'll do an IFR circuit around Baltimore. Okay. IRS. Where is it? So they should have an APU somewhere. First off, where's the radio panel? That's the MCDU menu. Is it ASC? No. Return CPDLC. This thing has CPDLC before the US has CPDLC. Oh dear. Where's the radio panel? Where's the radio panel? Am I being blind? But where's the radio panel? Where's the radio panel for this thing? Sort of doesn't look great, but whatever. Where's the radio panel? Seriously. There it is. Is this really like this? One radio panel? Really, Airbus? Really? One radio panel. I don't know. Let's take a look at the flight deck. Not up. Looks old. There you go. Okay, yeah. Now here's a question. Yeah, we have to check this here because we could probably use one. Checklist. Aha. Aha. Can I put this out? Before start. Is there a startup checklist? I don't know. Seb, I need you to get back here. I need Seb's help. Seb, I need your help. Now, from what I can understand, though, this thing's quite good. And so this is me not knowing how to do this. The parking brake works. Take that, PMTG. Okay, seriously, I don't know what's up with the PMTG, but it's like the parking brake does not work. Okay, I would assume. Yeah. I want to tune in 122.3. 1.8.805. Yeah, what about contacting 121? About 121.9. Oh, 1.9.9. No. Does VHF work? Does VHF 2 work better? I don't know how this radio panel works. Speed brake. The speed brake works. We need to arm transformers. There we go. Arming. Okay. I don't know how this radio panel works at all. Oh dear. It's aircrafts like this that, to be clear, I don't know if this is an any builds issue, but in the real world, if this is this bad, well, A wouldn't be airworthy, and I don't think there are very many A300 still flying, but the ones that are still flying would be equipped with different stuff. They'd be equipped with newer technology, for the bare basics. Stuff like the radio panel, they'd be equipped with a different radio panel, different approved radio panel. Because I don't know how the fuck this works. Well, that said, though, I am seeing a lot of grayed out buttons. I don't know. Okay. But in terms of the size, this thing's about the size of a 767. This thing is not horrendously big. You know, I thought it was a lot bigger. I mean, it's is it even a heavy? Is it even a heavy? I mean, this thing looks not much bigger than a 737-900. This thing is tiny. This thing's a lot smaller than I thought it would be. Well, it's like, so 777 takes up the size of that, of one of these spots, right? This thing takes up a spot, but it's like loads of room left over. Loads of room. I mean, I don't know. Seb, I need to get back. I need you to get back, Seb, because I don't know what I'm doing. I don't know what I'm doing with the a300. This is what killed me the last time. If we can figure out how to use it, though, that would be amazing. I guess we do have a look. Alright, you know, you get the IRS aligning. Shift Niner. Can we get the IRS aligning? Is that up there the transponder? I need to figure out a way to raise this up. A little. Okay, where's the IRS? Right there. Nav. No, that's not the transponder. Or not ADS. Are we even ADSB equipped? Because it's like, yeah, this thing is not looking great. Cruise supply on the oxygen now. Okay. So let's make a flight plan real quickly. Let's make a flight plan in SimBrief. Can we make a flight plan? Bird 3 Papa. So, Boston, I guess. The a300. I don't know. I think we're an a300F, even though we're not a freighter. We're not a freighter, to be clear. Fucking one Bros. 22 passengers. Oh dear. You're only 22 passengers, my word. Okay. What is this? Some radio stuff. ILS. There is an ILS. Import from SimBrief. Wait, there we go. Can we get this down? Again. Alright, net. We are Seb, I could use your help. Okay, we are Speedbird 3 Papa. From there we go. Cruising flight level 310. Cost index 54. Flight plan. Menu. FMS. Is it in it maybe? Alright. We have decided to explore the a300. I was just saying I need you back because I have no clue what I'm doing. Exploring the a300. The AnyBuilds a300. So we're on the ground at Baltimore right now. I have no clue what I'm doing. I have no clue. So what I've done is I've made a flight plan. Baltimore to Boston. Which is a small little flight plan. We're gonna see if we can't try to fly this thing up to Boston. If I can even figure it out. So that is the plan. Reference net. Do I need to put in each thing manually? That's gonna be really annoying, isn't it? Next page. The one thing I will say, Seb, it has CPDLC. It has CPDLC when you guys still don't support it. Which it's good and bad because I still don't know how to use the bloody radio panel. This is supposedly the radio panel. I still haven't figured out how to use it. And I don't even... So I have my radio panel right here. And so I have 119 or decimal 900 right now on my radio panel. And I do it and it doesn't do anything. But now it just did something. Do I need to do it like this now? Then let's tune 128.850 on. There we go. I know it's a relic. I know, but it's a long haul aircraft. I think. I want to add something to our Baltimore to Heathrow routes. So, just out of curiosity, what's the range on this thing? A300-600R range. 4685. That's not very far. It might not get us to Heathrow. We're not. I know we're not going to Heathrow, but it might not get us there. No, we're not. We're going to Boston. We're going to Boston. We're not going to Heathrow. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about that. With that said, I'd love to try to get this thing over to Heathrow one day, but not if I can't figure out how to use the radio panel. But I think I might have figured out how to cheat it. Alright, let me tune in 21.9 now on the radio panel. No. That didn't do it. I don't even know if this thing's VATSIM capable, to be honest. And it should be for the price point. I mean, I bought this thing, gosh, a few months back, and it was like $70. This thing was $70, but it would be a bit of a shame if it's not VATSIM capable. And if I can't figure out how to use the radios, and it won't be VATSIM capable, then we won't never be able to use it. Let me take a look here. Oh, what is that gonna look up? So far what I've done is I have the batteries on, I have the nav working, or I have the nav not working, I guess. Let me get it aligning. Yeah. I was gonna show you the price of this thing. Okay, $47. Yeah, no, we're not on VATSIM, don't worry about it. With that said, though, this thing, I thought this thing was a really big aircraft, but it's basically like a 737, I guess. I mean, it's the equivalent of like a 767. I thought this thing was a lot more capable long haul wise, but it's not. which means if we were to use this thing from Baltimore to Heathrow, we might have to make a stop at Halifax or something. And it's 3,000 across. It's 3,000 miles across the ocean alone. I'm pretty certain. So, yeah. Well, okay. We're in 24. This is a full release, I think, but it's compatible in a beta state. So, it might only be beta. So, I don't know though. I don't know how to use this thing. We might go back to landing practice. Give up on it. That said, though, I'd love to just at the very least do some kind of circuit with it, if I can figure out how to use it. So. Okay. We have external power on. We have the batteries on. Can we get the IRS aligning? Or actually, can we get even the route in? We are on the Dupkin one. We have the updated. I would assume it's updated because I did update all the nav data right before the stream. Dupkin one Bros via. We'll take 28. I don't know what the letter is looking like. Insert. I will say that the modeling of it's not bad. I mean, you can definitely tell that the screen's curved. And then from here it is airway. The Quebec 149. Is that what we have set? The Quebec 419er? Yes. And then we take that up to take that from Bros. No, airway. Quebec 419 to what? Robbinsville, JFK, and up to yes, to JFK. And then we arrive into Boston star via the Roebuck 3. I'll take the JFK transition since we're already passing JFK. And ILS 22 left. No transition. Return. Flight plan. Did it not do it? It didn't do it. Star. Roebuck 3. JFK transition. Aha, that's where I went wrong. Okay, there we go. I will say, this MCDU here works pretty well. Okay. Fuel. Where's the fuel at? And then next page. Our block fuel is this in kilos or do we have this in imperial freedom units? Just to say the metric system works better. This is in metric. So we have 18.4. 18.4 for the block. Our zero fuel weight is 82.1. 82.1. And then does that automatically calculate for us? No, it does not. That should be some weird percentage, I feel like. As in balance. Is this doing this instantly or no? I don't think it is. Okay. The GW, that's fine. 31.5. Okay. Yep, up to 390. We're not gonna need 390. It was the MCDU might be the most functional aircraft, or the most functional part of this aircraft yet. So, not great if I'm saying that about that. Okay, can we get that to nav now? So yeah, at the very least we can try to get this thing. To be clear, I'm not using any kind of checklist right now. Because the checklist, I don't want to go searching for a checklist. And the checklist that this thing gives us is not great. What is the current... What's the matter looking like? No wind. Altimeter 3025. Where's the altimeter? Where is the altimeter? Right there. 3025. Okay. Need to set this in there. 3025. Okay. What's next? Let's try to get the nav working. If we can try to get the nav working, that'd be ideal. Though I don't know how possible that is. We can go ahead and get those on. Shift 1 maybe? No, shift 2, 3. Okay, let's figure out this. Maybe both need to be on. That might help. That might help. Okay. I don't think we have a transponder. Because I can't tell unless that's not it. That's not it. Okay. That doesn't work. I will say, if I can't get the radios to work, which I don't think I can, then this thing's immediately going back into the hangar, and we're not gonna bother with this thing because we fly on VATSIM and be annoying. So Thinking about adding a simple meta lookup to my website like this, but with a decoding feature. Yeah, that'd be useful, especially if you're a pilot and you're, for some reason, you're looking for a diversion airport. Maybe the weather is too bad at Heathrow for some reason, or too bad at whatever airport you're trying to land at. We kind of canceled. Well, last night was a bit weird because last night we had to adjust what we were doing because the weather was so bad at Nook. So, and then I decided to go to bed early because I was bored and I was tired and wasn't feeling the best. So, only an hour and 43-minute stream last night. Okay. I think that those are maybe getting better. Those are maybe going online, so. Yeah. Yeah, it would be useful. It would be useful, so. It would be quite useful. Alright. We should have a transponder, at least I'd hope we do. Somewhere. What's this? TCAS, yeah, we do have a transponder somewhere. Don't know where it is. I think we need to set all these to align, or sorry, to at, maybe. I feel like I've done this before, so. Yeah, sorry about it being a little bit boring. I still don't know what I'm doing. So, this thing is a relic. Landing elevation. Yeah, right, where's that transponder? Because it says we have TCAS, which means we certainly have a transponder somewhere. Unless maybe it's in here somewhere, but I don't see that turn. VHF1. Not all the way up, even though we're not on VATSIM. I have to deal with something real quickly. Sorry. This message does require my attention. That's only taking me about 30 seconds though. Uh, 32. Alright. Sorry, I'm taking up someone's shift. Which means I'll be on charge for an hour. What the hell? I'll be... Okay. I'll be in charge for an hour. That's fine. I've been told today that I can do my stuff. That I can lead shifts now on my own, so. Okay. Alexa, turn on Ryan's bed. Right. What is this? that is not what I think it is. Okay, there's our auto brake. This I would assume is, okay, that's brakes. This is, oh, we have flex, that's interesting. CT, okay. Do you have like a nav run panel? Menu. 8 cars. Oh my word, that was so stupid. So, such an idiot. Okay. Where's that transponder at? Because clearly we have one if it's saying TCAS is standby. Alright, can we maybe get these things set to... Hang on. A lot of me not knowing what I'm doing is what this is. Set all 3 of these to nav, maybe? Heading select, maybe no. The wind. I don't know. Seb, can you help me out here? I don't know what I'm doing. Alright, just gotta formally pick this up now. So. And it's not great. I need your help, I don't know. Where's the, help me find the transponder. Help me find the transponder. I don't see it. Is it not it? Just to say this thing's not PATSIM capable, because you have no communications at all. Help me find this transponder, stupid. The stupid transponder, it's so annoying. Alright, we're at the point where I gotta look things up. I was trying to start this thing up without having to figure it out myself, but yeah. I a300 transponder. Really? Okay. They're saying it should be like right there. Okay. Do we need to tell it something? Because I feel like this is like, yeah, we're missing a lot of stuff here. System, is it system maybe? Is that like a menu button? There we go. There's our comms. Here's our comms. So let's tune in 21. Here are our comms. Okay, let's tune in 124 or 126 minor 05 for some reason. Okay. Here is our. Okay. Aha. Here's something. Here is our transponder code. Here's our transponder. I found our transponder now. Okay. So we can put in whatever the hell we want for this. Let's go. Oh, that's not a valid code at all. That's not a valid code. Let's squawk 2020. We're not in VAT somewhere, so it's fine. Okay, there's our transponder. Okay. There we go. So it wasn't here. There might be like an older version though. There might be like an older version. Actually, there might, let's see here because that'll be better. Settings. We don't have, doesn't have our hoppy. I'll take a look at that in a second. On keyboard. No. All right, let's take a look at this. Aha! Met our lookup. Nice. This is going to be something I use all the time because I always do it through the web. Bookmarked. Nice. Better. Now, I just thought of a really big concern. I don't think it's that big of a concern, but I don't know how much basis there is. But we should probably all be careful about the matter that's coming out of the U.S. right now, because I don't know how accurate it's going to be because of the political stuff going on. Maintenance mode, no. Disable. Okay. There was any builds. I see that you had at some point had the other one. So maybe. No, that's not the. Okay. Whatever. We figured out the transponder. I figured out where it is. So. Yeah. Those. Yeah. I've heard that a lot of them are gonna call out sick. So. I don't mean to get this dark, but I would not be surprised to see some air accidents happen because of lack of controllers. So okay, we still don't have this up. Oh my word! Oh, sorry. Just got another message. Sure. This week's gonna be tight on streams now. We're gonna aim for Baltimore Heathrow tomorrow night, guys. Because, and it won't even be tomorrow night actually because I'm busy tomorrow night. We're gonna end up doing Baltimore Heathrow, but it's not gonna be until like 10, maybe 11 o'clock tomorrow night. Because Wednesday's out of the question, Monday night's out of the question, Tuesday night's out of the question now for streams. Sorry, I'm getting a bunch of messages now asking, can you please pick up shifts? Yeah, I don't want to work my shift for some reason. Okay. Let's go ahead and put this in again. Sid, that Upkin 128 via Bros. Insert. Right. Now we just need to get the get this up for somehow. It might take a minute. IRS. Any a300. IRS does not line. The documentation is. Ooh. We have a page where we can go to for our documentation. Yeah. But going back to controllers, yeah. We'd probably be careful, or a bit more skeptical on the matter that's coming out of the U.S. right now. And that includes Vatsim, because the Vatsim relies off the real matter. So, any a300, 600, retail versus documentation manual. Aha. Limitations, okay, cockpit. This might help. This does help. IRS. Yeah, the EFB. So. Yeah, a lot of it's automated, but. So, yeah. I mean, I think the winds are automated, but that's about it. I think the visibility is up to the controllers to figure out how to do that. Yeah, I guess air pressure, that's automated. So I guess the stuff that kind of matters. All right. Where is the IRS? Is there a normal checklist? Simplified. AP start. Okay, IRS mode. Feature. Okay, it's required. Do we need to? Okay, let's get the APU on, because I'm wondering. We still don't have any IRS at all. So that's annoying. Okay, APU. Master switch on. Start the APU now. Could probably use I get a fuel pump. Override. Okay, let's get an APU on. This thing might actually be usable. This thing might be usable in the end. With that said, though, look at the relic of the yoke. When was the last time you saw an Airbus plane with a yoke? And the yoke works. It does work. So I love flying with the yoke. It's just that we don't do it that much anymore because we fly Airbus planes, and that's because Airbus planes are much more superior to Boeing planes. Though this thing is the definition of a steam engine. So okay. We should probably have some nav lights on. Nav lights there. Wing on. Nose. Okay, we can. They did have an auto, so turn off lights. Good. Okay. Take a look at that again. Track Sid. Interesting how you had that. I added that. Okay. let's get out of here. The APU is available. Good. APU running. All right. Let's get out of here. You have a checklist here. I might print out this whole manual tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow is going to be Baltimore to Heathrow, but it's going to be really, really, really late. Tomorrow it's going to be Baltimore Heathrow, but it'll be like 9:30, 10 o'clock late. Which is fine, but it'll be doing it in the triple, I think. Don't think we got much of an I don't think we have much of an option. So, okay. What's next? Let's go ahead and get all these fuel pumps on. Let's go ahead and push back off the gate. GSX, please. Prepare for pushback and departure. Sure, Delta. Freaking Delta. Freaking Delta gets to push us back. I actually don't have any hate against Delta right now, aside from the fact that they seem to have a lot of planes that have a lot of incidents. So it seems like their maintenance is not as good as it could be.
Hello, Captain. We are ready for pushback.
All right. But isn't it Delta that has like isn't Delta like the biggest airline in the world? It's either Delta or United. It's one of those. I think it's Delta though. And I know that Atlanta is basically the entirety of Delta. Or not sorry. I know that Atlanta is like Delta, so. Yes. All right. New feature. Yes. Is it track CID? Is it this feature? I didn't think it was. I know that American's up there, but I didn't think it was I didn't think it was number 1 though. Okay, let's settle this once and for all. I was right. It's United, but okay. Nose left tail, right?
Release parking brakes, please.
All right. By the way, this is preparing us for when the 737 does come to FS24. Yeah, United has the biggest fleet. Okay. Come on, thing. Are you gonna push back? Might help if I were to remove trucks and cones. Ground equipment.
Commencing push. All engines clear. Start at will.
Okay, let's try and not make a muck of this. Okay. And turn all those on, I guess. I don't know what those are. I don't know what the yaw dampener is. Okay. Engines to start. Actually, I think first we need the APU bleed. Oh, I guess APU bleed on. Okay. Do we have engines? Or are they right there? Aha. What's happening? Why are you going down? Why is it going down? Did I do something wrong? CPU bleed is on, right? Yeah. Maybe it needs to be one at a time. Start with engine number 2 then.
Please set parking brakes. Waiting your confirmation for a good engine start.
Ah, screw it. We'll say it's a good engine start, but just get a GSX off my ass. Engine.
Cockpit to ground. Engine's not started yet. I'll call you back later.
It kind of seemed like we got more progress with the APU laid off. Okay. Let me not go through that then. Let me go ahead and start up and is there like a start checklist? Is there like a start checklist somewhere? My flight. Before start. Okay. After start. Really, any builds? You didn't decide to include a start checklist? GSX are kind of getting annoying now. We still don't have those. Okay, you have all the fuel pumps on, right? We do. Okay. AP bleed on. Engine number 1 now. We get engine number 1 up. Come on now. Yeah, here's something interesting. It kind of felt as if having the fuel. Okay. Let's try this a different way. And where's that document? Where's that document at? EFIS. Okay. A or B? Okay, we are on B right now. Yeah, it's engine number 2 first. Okay. Ignition selector. A or B? Okay. TM. Yes. Where's the engine? Where's? Oh, whatever. I guess it's right here. Okay. Blue open. Okay. Aha. It would help if that. I'll be okay. Aha. I figured it out. Okay. There we go. There we go. Now we have both engines going. There we go. Now we have both engines running. Now what about these stupid IRS? What about the IRS though? Because we still don't have those up. The 22 passengers we have in the back, to be clear, are going to be annoyed. Okay. Ah, now we have both engines now. Both engines are available now. Confirm good engine start.
We have a good engine start. You can disconnect.
Okay. Good. Bit trim. Can go and turn those on now. Why isn't it allowing us to do this? Trim.
Unlocking gear.
Manual. Does that help? Nope. No dampers.
Tow truck disconnected. Bypass pin removed. Left is clear. Right is clear.
Okay. Stabilizer trim. It would help if we had the IRS on. Okay, let me just verify that we're not missing something with the IRS. Okay. Align IRS. There might be a way to do that in here. Reference. Position monitor. Line IRS. Come on now. FMS. And that might be reference. Maintenance, maybe? No. Position GPS. That maybe. There should be menu. FMS. Init. Align IRS. There we go. How long is it going to take us to align this IRS then? Might take a minute. Let's try. In that case, let me just do something real quickly. Instant. So we can take a look at actually how to do it properly. Okay. Hang on 1 second. Barnaby? 1 second. He found a bone. So, okay. He's all good then. And then just to verify, the IRS. What's it? Oh, it's a nav. Okay. This thing gonna do its thing. Okay, why is that not doing that? Okay. Is there like a clear button? As you can see, I still don't know what on earth I'm doing. That's why we're spending the night doing it. So, okay. We are not almost flying. I still don't have the IRS aligned. I still have not figured out how to do it. We have 22 passengers on board, and they're all very mad. So, we'll be getting up in the air in a few moments, though. There's a reason that we're not on FATSIM. Let's see here. Let me just verify that there's not something missing. Okay, IRS. Okay, Acidu set. Let's see Acidu. Okay, messenger. Press align. Shift 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. There's a reason that I decided to do this on stream because I don't know what I'm doing. Okay. Align. Oh, it's still in alignment mode. Wait, hang on. Set them to at. There we go. Now we got something. Now we got something. Now we got him on. Now you just need the pitch trim. Is that going to immediately go back down to where it is so far? No. Okay, there we go. There we go. Time to taxi. Oh, IRS still in the line. IR still in line, whatever. Map. Plan. I should probably have some taxi lights on now. Let's get this thing up to Boston now. Boston, Logan. These engines feel these engines feel quite good, I want to say. I say these engines are not too shabby. Is there a way? I would assume there's like a flight director button somewhere. Or I'm missing. flight director on. Why am I did I never put this back in? Take off. Let me just go ahead and get some takeoff data real quickly. Let's see. Takeoff. Runway 28. Sync. Calculate. Flex to temp 5.3. V2. Really? Yeah. 156. One 161. Those are some very, very high V speeds. 164. Not seeing how I can put that in. Then, in terms of flex to temp, I should have a. Is there a flex button? Yes, there is. MTT. And the flex to temp 5.3. Flex to 5.3. Aha. There we go. Now we're texting. Now we're texting. I mean, just out of curiosity, what's the flap setting? Flaps 15. Is that flaps 1 then? Sorry, no, it's 15 out of 15. Yeah, so the equivalent of flaps 1 then. Alright. Let's get the show on the road then. We do not need an APU. We have arc. We're not quite ready for takeoff, though. How long until our iris are aligned? How long until the iris are aligned? And what's our altitude? Does it even know our altitude? Oh, I guess it's right there. Plan. Come on now. Iris, how long do you have to align? Align iris. Ah, there we go. Now the iris are aligned. Alright. This thing feels like a 737. Can't lie about that. Alright. Thrust is set. This thing does feel very good though. 80 knots. 100. Rotate. Gear up. Okay. Begin to put some flaps out. Auto thrust. Continue churning. We are very, very low for where I wish it to be at. That's a map. That is interesting. Up to can increase our speed though. There we go. Now this thing's flying by itself. Speed 280. And let's climb up to flight level 310 now. Why does it set our speed so high? Speed, 280. 280 knots is fine. Hey, we're airborne now. Speed 280. Flight level 310. Okay. There we go. That was a very that took an hour to start up. That took an hour to start up. That's fine. We do know how to start it up for next time, though. Right. We are passing 1300. Landing lights off. This thing is very much the equivalent of a 767, I think. So, we're airborne though. Bound for Boston. Good, we have a pool for standard. Flight level 310. Then we'll be arriving. Did I put it in for Boston? For Boston, star. ILS TT left via Roebuck 3 JFK transition. Insert. ILS TT left. It isn't right. For some reason it didn't put it in. Star 3. Why is it not putting in TT left? It's been forever since we're at Boston. We need to put in. We need to get some charts. And tell you what, I want to, well, unload that. Import from SimBrief. Okay. ILS GT left. ILS final. Okay. We are flying now. Temperature and ice range. So, do we have anti-ice? Have that anti-ice. Wing. Is there any anti-icing equipment on the wing? Any anti-ice equipment? I don't know. We have passed that, which means standard pressure. Okay. ILS. Is it just being annoying, or? Insert. Flight plan. Okay, second flight plan. Okay, copy. Active. Okay. Maybe I need to put in through there. Star 3. Insert. I feel like this did this better on the ground. Okay, we might be flying radar vectors. ILS GT left then. So, might be flying radar vectors, because the thing doesn't want to do it, so. We can increase our speed a little. We can go speed 3. We can put speed in 330. We're climbing through 2400 up to flight 310. Okay. With that said, though, we have a NavRad. Okay, what's the ILS frequency for Boston then? The ILS frequency is 215. 215 on the ILS frequency then. Okay, 110.3. 110.3. There we go. There we go. Not looking too shabby now. If only we can figure out a way to be a little bit higher then. Is it Alt? What are the control maybe? No. This used to be a lot easier. That one? In FS 2020 it was just the arrow. Okay, shift. Q and okay, E's move up. Why did that decide to go? Why did that decide to go? Did something fail? Did something fail? Come on now. What happened? Oh, it's the bloody rudder. There we go. That are. Okay, is it shift? Aha. Aha, there we go. That's so much better. That is so much better. That feels so much. That looks so much better. There we go. Head in there, buddy.
Boston. Star. ILS T2 left, please.
Insert. It's broken. Getting off an approach. Landing. Our approach speed, yeah, we'll go flaps full. Okay, this is going to be an interesting landing because we are going to be flying radar vectors. ILS final. We'll be flying radar vectors because I can't figure out what's going on with the ILS. So, and I can't figure out what's going on here. I'm going to guess it might be a nav data issue. I'm also going to guess it's a bug because it seemed as if it was working. So we get to fly radar vectors, unfortunately. So let's go direct to JFK then. Direct JFK. Oh, not allowed. What? Clear that out then. Alice. Okay. Mode. I don't know. I don't know. I feel like I need air speed. It needs to come down a tad a bit. Speed with 317. Speed brakes. I will say this thing's not doing a great job at maintaining speed. So we do have to have the speed brakes out. Is there? Come on now. There we go. Yeah, this thing, it's interesting. It's interesting. We definitely need to fly this thing more. Okay, and how far out from Boston are we? Because we are going to fly radar vectors ILS final. At this point. What are the engines doing? The engines are all the way up. What the hell? Why are the engines all the way up? This auto throttle system is not as good as it could be. And I don't know if that's a thing. So, I don't know if that's a thing with the real aircraft. If it's auto throttle is just that bad. Maybe we can dial it back a little. Maybe we can dial it back a little. Yeah, I don't know if the auto throttle is just that bad in the real aircraft, or if it's but it did want to go over speed, so I don't know. We'll be flying radar vector stylus final. Let's do it. Let me simplify this a little bit more. Direct Boston. Direct to Boston. And the speed brakes get to remain out because I have no clue what the fuck the auto throttle is doing, aside from not doing anything. Speed brakes extended, yeah, because you don't your auto throttle system. It wants .80. If I were to do that, what are the engines going to do? Are the engines going to roll back a little? Because if I were to do that, yeah, I'm doing that, and it's not doing a good job. It's not doing a very good job at all. Yeah, so oh, that's a much better feel. Yeah. I'm telling it, I want Mach 0.79. It's not giving it to me. It wants faster. And so I don't know how good this auto throttle actually is. But it kind of seems like we have to fly speed brakes out the entire time, which makes us incredibly fuel inefficient. That makes us incredibly fuel inefficient, to be clear. So that's not thrilling now, is it? That's not thrilling now. Right. We'll begin descent into Boston here soon. So our speed's going to be roughly 300 knots. Yeah, so our speed's going to be roughly 300 knots. Seb, if you're here, I don't think you are. I could use your help with some calculations here. Top descent calculator. Okay, we are starting out at level 310, ending altitude 0, start speed 310, end speed it's gonna be 120, glide slope 3-degree glide slope, top. Okay. Top descent 20 nautical miles. So, alright. The engines have rolled back ever so slightly. That's good. That's not bad. That's not bad now. Maybe engines to continuous, maybe? Oh. I don't think so. Continuous does in like relay or something. So, okay. Okay, now is this auto throttle going to work? And if it is, how well? difference between Charlie Whiskey, Sierra, and I don't know. Thrust lever. Boston in... No, we should be beginning our descent now. Republic 3, ILS 22 left. Yeah, we're going to begin our descent in a moment. So... First... Restart that real quickly. Aha! That has done something. That has done something. About 160 nautical miles out, we'll begin our descent here into Boston in about 5 minutes. And at about maybe... Why are we climbing? Why is this thing broken? Alright, let's take a descent now. Flight will change down to... Let's begin our descent down to flight level 300. The auto throttle is working a little bit better now. Let's go ahead and slow our speed a little. May need to give it a little bit of speed brake. Down to flight level 200. And we'll go ahead and do some radar vectors. Aha, vertical descent. Still not working that. That's fine though. That's fine. Maybe we'll do radar vectors. This is getting annoying. The fact that we don't have this. Right, down to flight level. Continue descent down to altitude, or down to flight level 100. And what is the matter for Boston? Altimeter 3020. altimeter 3020 for Boston. Interesting fitting. Okay, noted. In that case, we are low on fuel. We are low on fuel then. We are low on fuel. Landing lights on now. Actually, what's our fuel looking like? Yeah, we still have some left. We'll flight radar vectors LS final. We'll go ahead and throw in little radar vectors as we get a little closer. As we get a little closer, we'll go ahead and throw in some radar vectors. Though an ILS would be nice. Okay. Well, we're learning this thing, and so I kind of feel like back when we were first exploring learning how to use the A320s, which we do know how to use now. So there's a lot of similarities that I'm seeing, a lot, especially with the MCDU side of things. This thing looks, the MCDU is basically nearly identical, which I do guess I assume that's actually a good thing. For pilots, yeah. Ascending into Boston. Boston should be straight ahead, kind of. How long until we got into Boston? Boston is in 112 nautical miles. Yeah, we'll keep our speed up until we're level at flight 100. And then at flight level 100, we will go ahead and slow to 250 knots, below 10,000. We still have a minute if we're going to be at Boston. But yeah, okay, this thing's interesting. I feel like we can fly this thing short haul, but not. I think we still need another day of us not being on VATSIM and us learning how to start up the thing. But this is our first time that we're airborne in the a300, to be clear. First time we're airborne in it. So, at least first time I'm airborne in it, anyway. Looking quite nice in our descent right now. Yeah, but we'll level off at flight 100 and descend further in a bit. Yeah, I'm gonna have to rely off Novograph here because something's not working. Flight plan. Where is it? Boston. Please, 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 NOS. Airway. This thing's not working. Can we throw in the next waypoint? Well, let's say Noli. Can we say... Noli. direct to Noli, and then we intercept at what altitude? 4,000. At Noli, we gotta be at 4,000. Clear that out. Yeah, so at Noli will be 4,000. Then Noli, and then Wayne. Bruce Wayne. And that'll give us something. Sorry. A-N-E. Wayne, and then Vasquez. It's working fine if we just put it in manually. Then Zumo. Right then, down to altitude 4,000 feet, level by Wayne. Go ahead and increase our rate of descent now. Actually, we got some time. First up, though, let's go ahead and shorten our speed. As we're passing 250 knots below 10,000. With that said, though, this thing is the auto throttle is now working. So maybe the auto throttle just needed a bit of a reset. You know, maybe it just needed a little bit of a reset. And as we get a little closer, we'll go radar vector Silas final. But Boston should be essentially right up in front of us. And we can't do any flaps yet, unfortunately. Yeah, that sucks. Yeah, we're a little closer. We're a little far out for flaps. This thing's doing a pretty good job, actually. To be clear, it's only all the details and all, that have been throwing me off. So, starting up and everything, but yeah, that's part of it. Right. If we were to go flaps. Get some flaps out. Okay, there we go. We got some flaps out now. Alright. Seb, are you with us still? Are you with us still, Seb? It's randomly due earlier. We are descending. $100. I feel like we can slow our rate of descent ever so slightly to -7. Well, we should begin to see Boston in sight. We should begin to see Boston in sight in a moment. How far out are we? Tell you what are we passing now? We'll level off 8,000 for a minute. off at 8,000 then as we get about 40 miles. In about 40 miles, then we'll descend the rest of the way. So I will say this yoke, I like it, but it feels like it's a little on the difficult side to move. Don't know if that makes sense. With that said, though, I don't really know about this. I don't know. I feel like this has been moving, right? I don't know. I don't know. I don't feel like that should do it in the real aircraft, but I don't know either. So I'm gonna assume it doesn't. I am gonna assume that it doesn't in the real aircraft, and that's how this thing works. Because back then computers were not good, right? I'm gonna assume that that's how it works, but I don't know. All right. Once we get about 40 miles out, we will do it. We'll go ahead and descend the rest of the way. So once we get about 40 miles out, should begin to see the Boston in sight in a moment. I feel like we're gonna end up on a little on the high side, but that's fine. And only at what? At or below 4,000. Speed to speed 180. And then Wayne and then Zumal. Those are all on the ILS. Begin more descent in a moment. I want to get a little closer. How far out are we? Not much. We're not much closer. 8,000, a little bit longer. So, okay. Overall, not bad. Overall, not bad. I feel like we need. I feel like we need a lot more practice in this thing, though. I feel like we need a lot more practice. With that said, though, not bad at all. I feel like we need a lot more practice. I feel like this thing is completely flyable on VATSIM once you figure out the radios and once you figure out how to manage all that stuff. Once you figure out how to do the transponder and everything, I feel like this thing's completely usable for VATSIM. You know, I feel like this thing's completely usable for VATSIM. For once, we're not in the British Airways livery. I don't even know if BA ever operated the A300. I don't think it ever did. No, it didn't. We'll begin more descent in a moment. Okay. And we'll go ahead and do a bit more descent in about, call it, 10 miles or so. In about 10 miles or so, we'll go ahead and begin a bit more descent. And yeah, so this thing's completely is. Well, I feel like it's a little advanced, and so I feel like I feel like you need to watch a good video, or at least read through the documentation, which I didn't do. Yeah, this thing really is a relic, though. We're not getting it to Heathrow, though. We're going to Boston, though. I don't think it has a range for. I don't think it has the range either for getting it to Heathrow. This thing feels a bit more like a 737 or like a 737-900 than it does a 777 or a 330. Unfortunately for us, so Baltimore and Heathrow, that's what 3,000 nautical. That's like what 3,000 miles away. So actually, it might. Let me look. Let me look at Earth. Baltimore to Heathrow. Five, 8, 4, 7 kilometers, and in miles, 366. So, is it doable? Barely. Just barely. And that's not factoring in stuff. So, it'd be one of those things. If we were to do a Baltimore to Heathrow in it, it'd be one of those things. We take off out of Baltimore, we fly up to Halifax or Gander. And we take off out of Gander, fly the rest of the journey. That's what this would be like. Right, it would not be able to get us to Heathrow. Right, more descent please. Altitude 4,000 feet. Down to 4,000 now, please. Maybe we're just a little on the proactive side. Minus 500 feet per minute, that's fine. Not bad. Honestly, not bad. I mean, it could be better, but it's not bad. I mean, there's a few bugs with it. Of course, this is a beta, so. Alexa, turn on Ryan's desk. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. Yeah, I said it's probably going to sleep, so. Yeah, Baltimore to Heathrow, it's doable, barely. It'd be like one of those things, it's like, well, the second you begin taxiing, it's like, eh. It's like one of those things, it's like, the second you begin taxiing. Oh dear, what happened? What happened there? Take off a little turbulence. Little turbulence. Is that what we're hitting? Bit of turbulence. We got about 45 miles to touchdown. Setting out of 7100. On a QNH of 3020. And Boston should be right over there. After this, right above these, or right under these clouds. We should be in to see Boston here soon. The Boston Logan International Airport. Right. Radar vectors. Time for little radar vectors. Because we all love ourselves a little radar vectors. Radar vectors, ILS final now. And we look at that, we got a localizer. Got a localizer coming up. A little on the high side. Oh, actually, we're fine. We're free now. Radar vectors, ILS final. Speed 230 now. And oh, the speed brake is still extended. Okay, we can arm those. Arm the ground spoilers. Sending into Boston. Looking okay-ish so far. You see we have land, so I'm going to assume that that's what we do for our approach. Okay. And if not, and if there's no worry, we can go ahead and hand fly the approach. We have speed 230 now. And in a moment, we will go ahead and... Right now we're in a turn for final. Kind of needed 20. Kind of needed range 20. Heading of 050 degrees. It's a little closer to Wayne, but yeah. Flying radar vectors for final. ILS final, shall I say? Right. And then, just out of curiosity, there should be like a. If we were to look at the checklist here. Takeoff, climb, descent. Visual at least 5 miles. Sorry, go around. No. We need descent. Okay. For visual. Autopilot disconnected and required. I'm gonna get New Sky up here just for a second. That'll tell us what our landing rate of descent is. Now I do want descent, auto brake. You can auto brake medium. Auto brake. It's not wanting to set. Whatever. Just sending out a 5200 now. Visual at least 5 miles. Requires at least 5 miles of his buddy. Oof. You're down. Okay. Check screens. Flaps 20. Flaps full. Disconnection required. Okay. And now we should actually have landing checklist. Or sorry, approach checklist. Ignition constant relight for ignition. I think I got the field in sight. Speed 210 now. flaps 2. A little overspeed, but whatever. We'll maintain this 0. Well, let's go. It's gonna get a little closer now. Yeah, I'll maintain a heading of 060 degrees. That's what we'll do. Heading 060 degrees. Speed 210. There we go, and there's our approach button. Leveling off 4,000. Not too shabby at all. And that ILS frequency is beginning to come up, which is nice. Maintain 4,000 until established. Once established, we'll descend with the glide path. ILS 2, ILS 22 left. Okay, so go around, we do our own shit here. Here at British Ryan Airways. Or, we gotta come up with a name. Here at, Ryan's Not British Airways. Or, here at, BA at here at British Aeronaut. There we go. British Aeronaut. We need that. We need that now. British Aeronaut. Here at British Airway, here at British Aeronaut, we do our own we do our own go rounds. You can go ahead and turn final now. Let's make that a base turn. Which we were a little farther out. Landing lights are on. Good. Speed 180. I make that speed 190. British Aeronaut. Oh, that's perfect. Here at British Aeronaut, we do our own go around procedures when we don't want to look at the charts. So, that's fine though. Heading. So 220 degrees. 3. Turning final. We can turn final now. Speed 180. Turning final now. Hi, Tati. There we go. Turning final now. Right. There we go. Come on now. There we go. Nicely done. Nicely done, aircraft. Nicely done. Nicely done. You're fully established on the localizer. Gear down now. Flaps. Full slowing to our final approach speed. It's getting down. Here, would it help if I were to do that? That's odd. Flaps full now. Landing gear all down. Good. Right. As we get a little closer, we will go ahead and take it over manually. As we get a little on the closer side. Alright. Oh dear, look at that. There we go. Fixed. For now. Constant engines to continuous. Constant relight. Alright. Fully established. It did a pretty damn good job at that. Not gonna lie. Then again, I wasn't really watching because I had to send a message. Just love how I'm working at 1 a.m. Should probably speed 140 knots. That's going insane as well. Right. Take this over manually in a moment. This thing feels as if it's going to be a little easier to land than the A350 so far. Now, just out of curiosity, the landing gear gets like that. This thing definitely seems like a 737, though. Feels like a 737. It's like the same size of a 737, though maybe a tad bigger. Yeah, the thing feels very much like a 737. Definitely not an A320, though. Alright, passing 1,000. And I feel like we can go ahead and take this over manually in a second. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. My controls. Damn, this thing does not require that much for corrections. This thing does not require that much for correction. Noted. It does not require that much for corrections, as it is with traditional Airbus style. Noted. Two 267 feet per minute. My word. I definitely felt firm, but damn, that's pretty good for a first landing in the A300. That said, though, we really gotta slam on the brakes now. Damn. Damn, that was pretty damn good for the first landing in the a300. We're not Baltimore anymore, are we? Flaps away now. Speed brake away. Though we didn't have any auto brake, so just gonna figure that out. Nah, now I figured it out. Whatever. Too late now. Yeah, for some reason the scenery's not working. I used to have some scenery for Boston, but I don't see it working right now. It's fine. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived. Oh my word, every time I do a flight announcement now, I remember the other day at Heathrow. Try not to do it badly. Off to the international area. So that's what we fly. We don't really fly domestic anymore. I mean, we'll do UK domestic, but we won't. So, I know that technically this is not an international flight. Or Papa 3. Or, sorry, 3 Papa. Alright, nose. Right, landing lights off. Nose to taxis. Welcome to Boston, ladies and gents. Engine number 2 shut down. I feel like we can taxi just fine on engine number 1. I feel like we're going quite fast for a taxi as well. So I feel like we can taxi A-OK. I feel like we can taxi A-OK on just a single engine. I mean, yeah, I mean, that landing could have been a little bit better, but it's like 267 feet per minute for the first time. If you're ashamed of that, you're an idiot, because you haven't felt the aircraft is like to land. This thing felt very, very, very sensitive. Right, it felt right, though. It felt right for an Airbus. It felt very, very, very sensitive, right? So you can see how little I'm moving the yoke right now. It's like that was enough to correct everything. So it's like it's very, very sensitive. That's the one thing I will say. This thing, the controls are very, very sensitive. I don't know if that's true to the real aircraft. With that said, though, it also felt very smooth. It felt like that Airbus style smoothness that you tend to expect, right? It didn't feel rocky at all. Like it didn't feel rocky at all, like you find in the Boeings. Right? I'm not saying that the Boeings feel. I'm not saying that the Boeings will feel rocky, but I didn't feel that standard rockiness sensation that I generally feel in the Boeing aircrafts. Right. It felt like a bus. It felt like a bus. It functioned kind of like a Boeing. It functions kind of like a steam engine. Not gonna lie. But at the same time, it felt good. It felt good. It didn't feel overly sensitive. It felt sensitive, but it didn't feel overly sensitive. Right. see, one of the things they're teaching us is, at least A330 driver is anyway, is you only need to, when on short flying, right, you really only need to adjust everything like this, right? You don't need to be like doing this, right? You should be doing this and this and this and this and this, right? You should just be moving it ever so slightly, like that. And that's all I felt like. That's all I felt like I had to do. That's all I felt like I had to do to be crystal clear, and it worked out. Go ahead and turn into here. So is this going to be a regular hangar thing? I don't know. I don't know. Gotta be honest, don't know. Maybe, but yeah, maybe. Yeah, quite possibly. I mean, it won't enter into our official hangar for some time. But with that said, though, wasn't horrendous now. Go ahead and take this stand right up here. Go ahead and take this stand right here. Now for the tough part. Can we park it correctly? Can we do a decent job with parking? And I think we can. Right. Almost. Now that's as if that grew there. That's as if that grew there. Okay. Engine number 2 off. Really? You had that the entire time? Ah, whatever. We have external power. That thing felt quite good, actually. So, with that said, though, I'm not going to do my evaluation because it is in pre-format, and there are bugs, and I can tell that. Nav lights on, beacon off now. Strobies off. Wing off. Ladies and gentlemen, we have now arrived. Okay. Now that's as if that grew there. Not gonna lie about that. Let's get on the ground. Let's walk around the aircraft. Yeah, this thing is definitely like a 767 at biggest. Definitely feels a bit more like a 7.3. So, I love how like how worn it is. I mean, the thing is like, granted, this is like a 50-year-old aircraft at this point, so you'd expect it to look quite worn. No, I want to see that thing. Look at that. Look at that. Okay, any builds, you've done pretty good job on the outside. Now, I wanna make sure something else though. So here, can we open this? Yes, you can. Can you actually go up inside of it? No. Nicely done. Any builds, nicely done. Now, I don't know why we can click on those. If we can't really do much with them, but... down here. Okay. Well, that's gonna do it for me, I think, because this thing is amazing. This thing felt really good with the yoke. I mean, it felt solid. I mean, it felt like a bus, but with the yoke of a Boeing and the systems of a Boeing. So, anyway, that's gonna do it for me. We've had a bit of a long streamish, 3 hours, 3.5 hours. Didn't do as much landing practice as I initially planned, but that's fine. Got up in the air with the a300, and now that we have touched the a300, I'm not afraid to touch it again. So, this thing is a relic, but at the same time, we got it working. So, and that was all that matters. Anyway, that's gonna do it for me. I will see you all tomorrow night for a Baltimore to Heathrow. Because why tomorrow night? Why not another day this week? I don't know when I'm gonna have another chance. Monday night, I have to go to bed early because I have a morning shift Tuesday. Then, same thing for Tuesday night. So, whoops. So, I don't know. Anyway, I'll see you all tomorrow night for a Baltimore Heathrow. It'll be quite late, to be clear. It's gonna be quite late in the evening. Yeah, it's gonna be like 9 to 10 o'clock, and we'll be taking the 777-300. We'll be changing it up a bit. We'll be taking the 777-300. That's the intention. So.